People decide how much they respect you before you even finish your first sentence. Not because of your clothes, not because of your money, not because of your height, your face, your job title, or how loudly you speak. They feel something else first, something quieter, something deeper. They feel whether your body is comfortable being seen. They feel whether your voice is trying to prove something. They feel whether your eyes are begging for approval. They feel whether silence makes you panic. And within seconds, their brain makes a decision. Can this person be moved easily or not? That is the hidden signal. Respect does not begin when you say something impressive. Respect begins when your nervous system sends one silent message. I am not afraid to be here. Most people try to earn respect by adding more words. They explain more, they defend more, they perform more. They try to sound confident, but the person who gets respected instantly does something different. They don't rush, they don't shrink, they don't beg, they don't overreact. They are comfortable under pressure. And that comfort is rare, because most people are not calm, they are performing calm. There is a difference. Today, we're going to dissect the hidden signal that makes people respect you instantly. Not fake confidence, not arrogance, not aggression. The real signal. Comfort. Under pressure. Welcome to Mind Autopsy. We don't just study what people show, we dissect what they hide.
Most people think respect comes from what they say. So they search for the perfect sentence, the perfect comeback, the perfect line, the perfect trick, the perfect body language move. But human beings don't read you in pieces. They read you as a whole. They don't just listen to your words. They read your breathing. They read your eyes. They read your pauses. They read your body before your mouth even finishes speaking. And sometimes your body tells the truth before your words can hide it. Your words may say, I'm confident, but your body may say, I'm hoping you believe me. Your mouth may say, I'm fine, but your breathing may say, I'm uncomfortable. Your posture may look strong, but your eyes may be asking, do you approve of me? This is why two people can say the exact same sentence, but only one gets respected. One person says, no, and everyone argues with them. Another person says, no, and the room accepts it. The word is the same, but the signal behind the word is different. One person is hoping their boundary will be accepted. The other person has already accepted it inside themselves. That is authority. Authority is not volume. Authority is not intimidation. Authority is not acting like you are better than everyone else. Real authority is the feeling that you are not fighting yourself inside when you walk into a room and your body is calm. Your movements are controlled, your voice is steady, and your attention is not desperate. People feel it. They may not understand it. They may not have language for it. But
there is one thing fear almost always does. It speeds you up. Fear makes your hands move faster. Fear makes your words come out too quickly. Fear makes you explain before anyone even asks. Fear makes you smile when nothing is funny. Fear makes you laugh at disrespect because you want the moment to pass. Fear makes you answer too soon. Fear makes you feel silent because silence feels like danger. And the faster your body becomes, the more your fear becomes visible. This is why nervous people often look busy, even when nothing is happening. Their body is trying to escape the moment. They adjust their clothes, they touch their face, they move their legs, they look away too quickly, they speak fast, they apologize too much, they say things like, sorry, I just wanted to ask, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if this makes sense. I'm sorry to bother you. These phrases look polite on the surface, but when they are repeated too often, they become a confession. They tell the room, I already feel guilty for taking space.
And people rarely respect someone, Mahang, who keeps apologizing for existing. This does not mean you should become rude. It means you must remove unnecessary surrender from your presence, because every conversation has an invisible contest, not always a cruel contest, but a human one. People are constantly sensing who is comfortable, who is nervous, who is leading, who is waiting for permission, who can handle pressure, who collapses when challenged. The person who is most comfortable under pressure, often it becomes the person others follow, not because they forced it, because their body became the safest nervous system in the room. In a tense room, people look for stability. If your body is rushing, you become part of the chaos. If your body is calm, you become the anchor. That is why comfort creates respect. Most people compete on the wrong things. They compare money, they compare looks, they compare status, they compare followers, they compare intelligence, they compare who speaks better, who dresses better, who knows more, who looks more important. But in real life, one of the most powerful things you can compete on is comfort. Can you be more comfortable than the other person in the conversation? Can you stay relaxed when they become tense? Can you stay slow when they become fast? Can you stay clear when they try to confuse you? Can you stay quiet? When do they expect you to over-explain? This is the real test.
Because the person who controls their own state becomes difficult to dominate. Most people don't need another technique. They need personal authority. They don't need a perfect script. They need the ability to stay inside their own body. When the conversation becomes uncomfortable, a perfect sentence spoken from a nervous body loses power, but a simple sentence spoken from a centered body can change the room. Think about it. A weak boundary sounds like this. I'm really sorry, but I don't know. Maybe I can't do that today. I hope that's okay. I just have a lot going on. A strong boundary sounds like this. I can't do that today. That's it. No performance, no begging, no courtroom defense, just truth. The difference is not only in the words, the difference is in the comfort behind the words. When you are comfortable with your own no, other people feel less invited to debate it. When you are uncomfortable with your own no, people sense the opening, and some people will push into that opening. Not because they are always evil, but because humans test limits. They test how far they can go. They test whether your kindness is real strength or hidden fear. They test whether your silence is peace or weakness. They test whether your boundary is a wall or just decoration. And the way you respond teaches them how to treat you. There are 3 ways people usually behave under pressure. The first is collapse, the second is posturing, the third is composure. Collapse is when you make yourself smaller, so other people feel comfortable. You lower your voice, you avoid eye contact, you say yes when you mean no, you laugh at insults, you explain too much, you act like your needs are a problem. Collapse says, please don't reject me. Then there is posturing. Posturing is fake strength. It is when a person acts bigger than they really feel. They become loud, they dominate, they interrupt, they try to look untouchable, they use aggression to hide insecurity. Posturing says, please don't notice that I'm scared. Most people think collapse and posturing are opposites, but they are actually cousins. Both are controlled by fear, but real authority is neither.
Real authority is composure. Composure says, I don't need to shrink and I don't need to attack. I can stay centered. A composed person does not rush to prove power. They don't need to make others feel small. They don't need to win every moment. They don't need to react to every test. They don't need to explain their worth. They have control without performance. And this is what people feel. They feel the difference between someone who is acting confident and someone who is settled inside themselves. Fake confidence needs attention. Real composure can handle being ignored. Fake confidence becomes angry when challenged. Real composure becomes observant. Fake confidence tries to control people. Real composure controls the self first, and the person who controls themselves first becomes the person others take seriously.
Here is the part most people never understand. Authority does not begin in public. Authority begins in private. You can watch confidence videos, you can copy body language, you can practice eye contact, you can sit up straight, you can speak more slowly, and all of that can help. But if your private life is full of broken promises to yourself, something leaks. It leaks into your breathing, it leaks into your eyes, it leaks into your voice, it leaks into the way you stand, it leaks into how quickly you defend yourself, it leaks into how easily people can make you feel guilty. People may not know the details of your life, they may not know your room is messy, they may not know your time is uncontrolled, they may not know you keep avoiding the things you promised yourself you would fix, but somehow they feel the leak. That is why real authority is not just posture. Posture is a symptom. The cause is self-trust. When you trust yourself, your body stops begging other people to trust you. When you respect yourself privately, your presence becomes harder to disrespect publicly. This is why discipline matters, not because discipline makes you look serious, but because discipline gives your brain evidence. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your brain records, I can rely on myself. Every time you break a promise to yourself, your brain records, I don't really mean what I say. And that private record follows you into every room. You cannot fake self-trust for long. The body tells the truth, the voice tells the truth, the eyes tell the truth, the nervous system tells the truth. So if you want public authority, start with private evidence. Clean one thing you have been avoiding. Finish one task you keep postponing. Prepare for tomorrow before tomorrow arrives. Keep one promise so small that you cannot escape it, because authority is built in private before it is felt in public. Now let's make this practical. For the next 7 days, don't try to become more dominant. Don't try to become louder. Don't try to become cold. Don't try to impress people. Train one thing, move slower than the room, not dramatically, not like you're acting in a movie, just 10% slower. When you walk into a room, slow your steps slightly. When you sit down, don't collapse into the chair. Sit with control. When someone asks you a question, don't answer instantly. Take one breath, then speak. When someone says something disrespectful, don't rush to laugh. Pause. Look at them. Let the moment become visible, then ask, what do you mean by that? Say it slowly, say it calmly, not with anger, not with a smile, just calm curiosity. This question is powerful because it forces hidden disrespect to come into the light. Most disrespect survives because people hide it in inside jokes. They say something sharp, then they watch you, they wait to see what you will do. Will you laugh? Will you explode? Will you pretend it did not hurt? Or will you stay calm enough to make them explain it?
If you laugh, if they learn they can continue. If you explode, they learn they can control you. But if you calmly ask them to explain it, the game changes. Now they have to carry the weight of what they said. Most people will step back. They will say, I was just joking. And you can say, I understand, just don't joke with me like that. Calm, short, final. That is how a boundary sounds when it comes from self-respect. No yelling, no lecture, no emotional storm. Just a line. The goal is not to scare people. The goal is to show them that your dignity is not negotiable.
There is another practical drill. For 1 week, remove weak openings from your language. Stop saying, Sorry, I just wanted to ask, I want to ask something. Stop saying, maybe I'm wrong, but say, here's how I see it. Stop saying, I don't know if this makes sense. Let me explain it clearly. Stop saying, can I quickly say something? Say, I want to add something. This does not make you arrogant. It makes you clean. Weak language often comes from the fear of being judged. But the more you soften every sentence, the more people feel they are allowed to treat your words as optional. Speak with respect. But don't speak like you are asking permission to exist. A respected person does not throw words everywhere. They use fewer words with more weight. They don't explain every decision like they are on trial. They don't defend every emotion as if it were a crime. They don't answer every challenge immediately. They understand that silence is not empty. Silence is pressure. And the person who can handle silence often controls the conversation. When you stop rushing to fill silence, you stop rewarding people for making you uncomfortable. You teach the room, I can stay here without performing. That is rare, and rare things become valuable. Now we go deeper. If you want to build real authority, build a relationship with your future self. Most people live as if their future self is a stranger. They take comfort now and leave pain for later. They avoid the task now and leave stress for tomorrow. They choose the easy escape now and leave regret for the morning. Then they wonder why their confidence is weak. Confidence is not created by affirmations. Confidence is created by evidence. And discipline, this is how you create that evidence. Discipline does not mean punishing yourself. Discipline means taking care of the version of you who has to live with your choices later. So tonight, do one thing for tomorrow's you. Prepare your clothes, write your first task. Clean your desk. Put your phone away earlier. Make the morning easier. Send one message you have been avoiding. Finish one small thing that has been sitting in your mind like an unpaid debt. When tomorrow comes, your brain will feel something different. It will feel someone took care of me and that someone was you. That is how self-trust begins. Small proof, repeated daily. And when you become someone who can trust yourself, your body changes. You stop needing others to constantly validate you. You stop explaining your worth. You stop chasing attention from people who give you confusion. You stop bending your boundaries just to keep temporary peace. Because you have a relationship with yourself now, and a person who has a relationship with themselves, it is harder to manipulate. Here is how you know the signal is working. People may test you more at first. When you stop over-explaining, some people will ask, why are you acting differently when you stop laughing at disrespect? Some people will say, you're too serious when you start saying no clearly. Some people will call you rude when you stop chasing them. Some people will accuse you of being cold. Do not panic. This is normal. People who benefited from your lack of boundaries will not celebrate your self-respect. They will test the new version of you. They will try to pull you back into the old role, the role where you apologize too much, the role where you explained everything, the role where you kept peace by betraying yourself, the role where your comfort came last. But if you stay calm, something changes. They adjust. They learn your new limits. They learn your words have weight. They learn that your silence is not weakness. They learn your kindness is a choice, not a weakness. And even if they don't like it, they understand it. That is respect. The hidden signal that makes people respect you instantly. It is not a trick. It is not a line. It is not a fake posture. It is not dominance. It is not trying to become someone else. It is comfort under pressure. The ability to stay inside yourself when the room becomes uncomfortable. The ability to slow down when fear wants to speed you up. The ability to say less when insecurity wants to explain. The ability to set a boundary without anger. The ability to stay centered without shrinking or posturing. That is the signal. And when people feel it, they respond differently. Some become calmer around you, some become more careful with you, some test you, some distance themselves. But almost all of them understand one thing: you are not easy to move. And in a world full of people chasing approval, reacting to every insult, filling every silence, and begging to be understood, the person who remains composed becomes powerful. So the next time you enter a room, don't ask, "How do I make them like me?" Ask, "Can I stay loyal to myself, even if they don't?" Because the moment you stop begging to be chosen, you become someone people can no longer ignore. This is Mind Autopsy. We don't just study what people show, we dissect what they hide.